Konnichiwa. This means hello in Japanese. I'm pleased to be speaking in front of you today about Japanese culture and communication. My name is Beth. I've been to the country of Japan twice, both experiences quite memorable. My first trip to Japan was June of 2015, and I decided to go back a second time, April of 2016. If you are seeking a true experience, I urge you to go as far as you can for as long as you can. My goal here today is not only to inspire you to travel through my experiences, but to broaden your knowledge base on Japanese culture. So our thesis statement, whether it be a positive or negative, many people tend to make judgments based on inaccurate information. Many cultures, religious groups, and communication can be easily misinterpreted in terms of relative practices. So moving on to key values. Some of the key values in Japanese culture include mythology involving the gods, as pictured, and reflecting on interpersonal relationships. Gods have the ability to display human emotion. Some examples of these might be love and anger. In positive relations with one another, you are rewarded and deemed empathetic as an individual. But if you practice hurtful or harmful behavior, you will be punished according to the myths. Benefits of harmony are a key value in regards to human relationships. 4 significant behaviors have been integrated within and as are follows. Value 1 would be interdependence. This is defined as dependence on one another in a family or culture. Early recognition is ingrained in children. Interdependence begins with a family and progresses to neighborhood, school, community, and workplace settings. Second, competition and confrontation. The Japanese believe working with others takes great self-control, and this is a rewarding practice, so they ignore or avoid confrontation. Third, decision-making is a group effort. Information is exchanged throughout, reinforcement of feelings of the group's identity, but there's not always a universal agreement. Cooperation and participation in group activities is very common. Say there's a festival going on, one person might hang the banner, one person might paint, one person might sweep the sidewalk. So moving on. Brief history of the Japanese and immigration. They began immigrating to the United States in 1880 and have continued to do so for the last 200 years. The island of Hawaii was their primary settlement region. They later migrated to the mainlands, mostly California region, Los Angeles, San Francisco, where they were great at agriculture and cultivation. During the Great Depression, many anti-Japanese laws were passed. These continued on. During World War II, they were forced in internment camps by President Roosevelt. Achievements, they're all technological. Go figure. So first we have the karaoke machine. Fun, right? Quartz watch. The pocket calculator, the desktop, camera, the cassette tape, video camera, the high-speed trains, which personally are a lot of fun. I actually have live footage from a train I took from Tokyo to Nagoya. I'm going to play that for you here. And you can also see in the footage how it transitions from city to the agriculture life, which is what the Japanese are renowned for. So I'll kind of step back here. It's about 40 seconds. Okay, so moving on with the achievements. The MP3 player or walkable music. The floppy disk, and the compact disc or CD. So do's and don'ts. Food is huge. Slurping your noodles, believe it or not, shows enjoyment of the meal. So burping and slurping are actually recommended. Funny thing, eating on the train or going to convenience stores, they actually have very good food. Japanese are always on the go, so they're running around. They need good, healthy food to fuel their bodies. Do not finish your drink or meal. The Japanese will deem that you weren't satisfied with the meal, and they'll actually bring you a secondary plate. So, actually, back to sake here. This is rice wine, as many of you might know. There's many rituals, traditions involving serving and drinking sake. So very important. Shoes, respect the culture. This is one stereotype that is actually true about the Japanese. You do take your shoes off when entering a home or a restaurant. And many public places will have house slippers made available for you. When you do travel, there is language barriers. This is actually a do not litter sign, which it's a very clean country, but just use common sense when you're there. And the biggest thing, if you can make out what a picture is, that's probably what you're supposed to do or what not to do. And the Suica card here, very important in traveling Japanese in the train system. It's a prepaid card. It's very fast, very easy. You upload your money and you can go. So everywhere takes it. Kind of nice. Verbal communication, big thing, be polite. Greet someone when you meet them. When the Japanese meet or greet each other, they actually bow at one another. But if you're an American and in Japan, you're not to bow back. It's actually deemed disrespectful. So. And as far as gender and nationality, depending on the gender, they're going to talk to you or they might be leery of it. Some people get nervous talking to strangers, can't blame them. Nonverbal communication, pay special attention to your gestures. That's number one. Many nonverbal signs are used to communicate with one another, and the Japanese society is very observant with this, so gesture is definitely number one here. Love and affection is not shown through physical touch as much as words itself. So chopsticks, along with sake, are actually a huge tradition. They place these next to the Buddha at dinner time. A Buddha does represent death in the family. So twice a day during lunch or dinner, they will stick the chopsticks straight into the meal, and this is just showing respect to their loved one who has passed away. Don't do it in public. Very frowned upon. And there's three ways to sit in Japan as far as manners are concerned. So you can have your knees tucked to the side, crisscross applesauce here, or your knees out to the side a little bit. This first one here is underneath. My mistake. Alright, so takeaway from the presentation, I'd like to ask the group how you feel you could communicate properly if submerged in the Japanese culture. My conclusion here would more or less be greet whomever you come in contact with. Be mindful of your word choice, as this is important. Attempt to respect the laundry list of do's and don'ts in the Japanese culture. And I hope this presentation was quite informational. I'd like you to stay tuned for my slideshow of personal videos that I've compiled. It's about 3 minutes long. You don't need to watch it, but I'll put it up here for you.